Now I got something to boast about. I did my part. I did this and I did it.
And I'm owed this. God owes me now,
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Lord help us.
But there again, like you say, it's just appreciating God for who God is.
Yes.
We're nothing without God. We have no hope without God.
Yes.
We without Christ having come and sacrificed his life for us, there would be no way out of sin.
That's right.
And an eternal separation from God.
Yes.
And to think that I had a part to play, okay, I can feel pretty good about that. I can feel good about that, but it's kind of hard for me to accept that God can really love me that much.
Mm-hmm. But Doc, I beseech you by these mercies that you present your body a living sacrifice.
There, okay.
Yeah.
I hear you.
What?
I hear you. I hear exactly what you're saying.
By the mercies of God. By the mercies that God has shown you now.
That's right.
You cannot ignore the fact that God has been merciful to you.
Yes, he has.
So why is it so difficult to present your body as a living sacrifice?
And I'm not ignoring grace either.
Yeah.
But I just feel like that human part of me. I feel like I have to do something like right here. It says right here in this lesson that there's something I need to do.
You got to do your part. I got to do this.
But my part, as you said earlier, is simply to believe God, to accept what God has done for me, and to appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's just that easy, isn't it?
It is. To the regenerated soul, yes it is.
Right.
But the unregenerated soul is difficult.
But even in the regenerated soul, we find it difficult to accept all that God has done for us.
Well, that's true. We got to kill it. We got to kill it every day. If we don't kill it every day, it's going to come back.
It's going to come back.
Yes. 21st verse reads, "And ye shall proclaim on the self-same day that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generation." Wherever you go.
Forever.
Yes, forever.
Every day.
Every day.
Not just those 7 or 8 or 9 days once a year that we have a convocation.
Yeah. Or just
That's not the only time?
Or not just Sunday morning, do it?
That's not the only time we should think about this? Oh, come on now, Doc.
No, we got to practice this thing. We got to live this, Doc. That the 7 days that we spend in convocation just not enough. It's not going to work.
It's not. It's not. And we have to accept it, like you're saying. It's as Paul said, he died daily, every day of our lives.
Yeah.
We've got to put forth an effort to get rid of this flesh, to get out of this flesh and get into that place where God can really operate and move and work in our lives. And I think the question you asked earlier, I think I can probably answer a little bit better now. When we get out of his flesh, we can be more appreciative to God for what he's done.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, until we get out of his flesh, everything God is doing is foolishness anyway.
That's right.
We have no understanding.
But like you say, we take a week out of a year, or we take a couple times throughout the year, or a few days out of each season, and we think that we've done enough.
Yeah.
But it's an everyday, all-day thing that we have to do.
Yeah.
And it's not difficult.
No, it's not. But even in those few weeks that you're speaking of, sometimes other things overshadow it. And until it becomes null as far as the Holy Convocation is concerned.
Right.
22nd verse, "And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field. When thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleanings of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the strangers. I am the Lord your God." In other words, the Lord is saying now, when you reap the blessings that I'm going to give you, not if you get a harvest, but now when you get your harvest, I want you to take care of the strangers. I want you to take care of the needy.
Remember.
I want you to remember when you was a stranger and when you was in need and you didn't have a harvest of your own and somebody had to take care of you. Remember, and that, do we remember what God has done for us, where God has brought us from, and the condition and the shape that we were in when we were out there, when we were strangers, when we were alienated from the commonwealth of it? Do we remember that?
I think we can remember we want to categorize everything. There's big stuff, there's medium stuff, and there's small stuff. Now, all those big things that we know we couldn't fix, we couldn't make right, we couldn't change. I don't think we have a hard time remembering God brings us out of those things.
Yeah.
But those common, almost everyday things, and those little bitty things, I don't think we labor as diligently to remember that God had a very definite part.
Well, see, we figured we could have handled that on our own.
We think we did.
Yeah. Well,
We think we did.
Yeah.
You know, God's too big a God to worry about those little things.
Yeah.
So we have to do that on our own. But if there's anything I can do on my own, then I can do everything on my own.
Yeah.
But since I can't do anything at all on my own, even the small things, then I realize I can't do anything on my own. It takes God to do all those things in my life. Do I remember all those things? No, I don't. No, I don't. You know, some things I don't want to remember. Some things I threw away on purpose. You know, I just cast them completely out of my mind. But as you were saying, you know, just to think that were it not for God, were it not for His love, His concern, and compassion for me, any of those things I was involved in could have took me out of here before my meeting Christ, and I would be eternally lost.
With that thought, Dr. Dancer, do you think it's good for us to sometime reflect back on where God brought us from? Do you think it would help us to be more appreciative if we can kind of keep in remembrance of where the Lord brought us from, the things that God did for us, and how He kept us even when we were in sin, how the Lord kept us from all hurt, harm, and danger? I think it'd be healthy
Yes.
if we would reflect back upon that.
And we do it in the natural. We sometimes sit back and think about, you know, 50, 60 years ago, the conditions we were in, things we went through,
Yeah.
you know, how appreciative we are that we had parents that loved us enough to do for us the things that they did to get us to where we are right now. We can do that on the natural side. Why should we do it on the spiritual side?
Yeah.
I think we should. I think we should sit around, you know, and talk about
Yeah.
those things that God brought us out of. You know, not that we want to go back to those things.
Right.
Not that we enjoy them so much that we just can't, you know, get them out of our minds. There's some things that we thought we enjoyed when we were out there in sin.
Yeah.
You know, that we realize now there was no joy in it.
Right.
You know,
So true.
it was a detriment to our health, to our growth, to our progression, to everything. But we were caught up in it. It is that we enjoyed it. It was a habit.
Yeah.
We were caught up in it, and it took God to get us out of it. So, yeah, I think we should look back on that and say, Lord, you know, I really appreciate you breaking those habits in my life and changing my lifestyle. And, as you say, keeping me from getting so far out there in that I couldn't get out.
Yeah.
You know, I think, yeah, we should, as saved people, we ought to sit around and talk about these things sometimes, you know, and tell it too. You know, I'm ashamed of my life of sin, but I'm not so ashamed of it that I won't tell people that God brought me out of it.
Yes. We overcome us by the words of our testimony.
Yeah.
And the blood of the Lamb. We run out of time as always. We pray that you all have been blessed as we have been blessed, but we want to give you an opportunity now to get your unsaved loved one. Tell them to come by your TV. Dr. Dan says something he's going to share with you. We'll be right back.